record this real quick, so please quiet your butts and everything else. Okay.
Fill the back.
Alright, hey guys, what's going on? Hayden here. I am back with episode 2 of How to Redstone, and in case you can't tell by my inventory bar and my hands, today we're working with comparators. This is going to be a very technical episode because comparators are overly extremely technical, but I have written down a list of everything I need to say and easy ways to say it. So, first of all, this is a comparator. You didn't already know that, where have you been? And how a comparator functions is it has two modes, compare mode and subtract mode. Compare mode being shown by that being low and off. Subtract mode being shown by raising up and it being red and lit and on. Now, compare mode. I'm going to use some math terms here, so bear with me. If the side input, which is the input coming in to the side, obviously, is greater than the input coming in from the back, there is no signal. So if I put in an input strength of 10 and an input strength from the side of 7, the signal will still continue. But if I put in a signal strength of, let's say, 11, the signal will stop. And it works with any number. So if I do 14, it would have to be 15 in order to cancel it. If it equals out, the signal strength continues. If the back input is equal to or greater than the side input, then it will give a signal strength equal to what it is getting. So this is a signal strength of 14. It's outputting a signal strength 14. So this goes out 14 blocks. Pretty simple, right? The other mode is subtract. As I said, little red bit there. This one is so much simpler. If the back input, let's say 11, or you take the back input, currently it's getting an input strength of 11 and it's giving an input strength of 11, minus, let's say 6 for the side input. 11 minus 6 is 5, so it'll give a signal strength of 5. This is the subtract mode is much more simple and very elementary. The compare mode is a bit more confusing, but once you kind of get your head wrapped around it, it's a lot easier. And those are the two modes of comparators. I'm going to turn this off real quick. Oh, another thing to note is if you have a signal strength of 11 and you put in a signal strength of 13, it'll just be 0. Same with 11. Where's 11? That's 11. Oh, sorry. It equals... Oh, because I have it in compare mode. Oops. Yeah, but if it equals out to less than 0, it'll be 0. Since obviously there's no negative redstone input. The other function, observing how much a specific item or a specific container unit has in it, if that makes sense. So for instance, if I just clear my inventory real quick and grab myself some water, a cauldron, when it's full, gives an output signal strength of 3. Goes 3, doesn't go any farther. If I grab myself a empty bottle, if I pull one out, then it'll be 2. Pull another one out, 1. Pull another one out, 0. The end portal frame is two different modes, either off or 15, and it's just whether or not it has an Eye of Ender in it. So if you look, signal strength of 15. This is 15 blocks out, by the way. And there we go. Chests, trap chests, And minecart chests are all just based off how much are in here. Same with shulkers. And those all go based off the same amount. It's just, there's technically a formula to it, but I don't feel like trying to say it. So y'all aren't getting told it. It's just the more it fills up, the higher the signal strength. I'm actually going to showcase it on the hopper here in a sec. The furnace is the same thing, up to 3 stacks, kind of divided up based off how much, up to 15 being a full 3 stacks. Jukeboxes work a bit differently. If I pull up music discs in the creative inventory, it'll kind of make a lot of sense looking at it like this. So 13 gives a signal strength of 1, cat 2, blocks 3, chirp 4, far 5, mall 6, so on and so forth up into wait, which gives a signal strength of, what is that, 12 I guess? Yeah, 12, because there are only 12 music discs. I just broke that. I did not mean to break that though. Why can't my fingers work? There we go. So that's how jukeboxes work. Item frames. Let me grab myself something good to use. If there's something in the item frame, it'll have an output strength of 1. If there's nothing in it, it's 0. But as you turn it, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All the way around. And then back to 1. That's used in stuff like locks and everything, or some combination locks will use it. Hopper minecarts function kind of the same as chests and everything. And I'm actually going to show you how that works. So if you look, if I put 1 stack in, it has a signal strength of 3. So that means approximately 3 out of 15 of this chest, 3/15 of this chest is filled. Which, if you look, that would be 1/5 of this chest. 2/5 would make it go that far. Then 3/5, 4/5, 5/5 would make it go all the way up to full 15. And it's the same thing for dispensers and droppers. Brewing stands, it's how much fuel you have already loaded into it. Doesn't matter, as you can see. But the blaze powder here, up to 64 here, and then 1 bottle in each of these slots. So if I show you, let me grab some bottles, some blaze powder, and some glowstone. If you look, if I put the blaze powder in there, it's 3, and then what is that, 6? And then that gives a full 15. Shulker boxes, like I said, same as chests. Same with big or large chests and large trap chests. They both function pretty much just based off how full they are. Except obviously you would need a lot more to fill up 1 double chest rather than 1 single chest. And that is all the items it can detect from. You can detect an output from. Just all these right here. A couple of circuits and stuff that help with that is the 1-tick redstone clock is a very common one to use. Let me grab a couple of pieces here. So pretty much how you create this one, it's very simple, as you see there. It's just a comparator with set to subtract mode, and then 3 redstone dust like that. And then you put your input in the back, and it will do that. Now, I have actually upped my recording frames to 60 for this because I need to be able to show what all it's doing right there. So pretty much how it works is, I'm going to turn it to compare mode for now, but it all lights up, and because it's in subtract mode, that being 15, 14, 13, 15 minus 13 is 2, so it goes 1, 2, and then it can come back on to the full 15, then it takes it down to 2, then 15, then 2, then 15, then 2, then 15, then 2. It's a really weird circuit. I don't know when it was found, but it was. An interesting thing to note on this is if you want to take an output from it, you either, because that is obviously giving a 1, 2, so here it would just give a constant signal because this is technically always powered. It's never hitting 0, it's either at 14 or 1. You would have to take this spot out 3 blocks, or another 2 blocks, in order to actually get it turning on and off. Here, you would just need to take it out 1 block, and here you would not need to take it out at all. So that's the redstone clock. This is a redstone, well, this is still a redstone clock that is kind of comparator based, but it's a much longer redstone clock. And this one can actually be pretty quick. It's just, this one is what you'll use if you want a long amount of time between signals, typically. And pretty much how this one works is the comparators see when there's something in the chest, and once it's full, or if there's something in the chest, it'll power this redstone, which will then power this piston, because this is running into this block, which is taking the output from that block and putting it into this block. And then when a hopper is powered by redstone, being this redstone block, it can receive items, but it can't give any items. And if you look, those are pointing into each other, so they are just going back and forth. And so this will slowly drain out into this one, and then when this one hits 0, this comparator won't have any signal to detect. It'll turn off, which will turn off this redstone, which will turn off this piston, which will then allow this piston to extend, stopping this one from giving any items and making it to where this one can. Which, let me just take out half these blocks. If you look there, it turned, so this one was emptied, so this one got unpowered momentarily, allowing this one to extend, and then this one emptied, which unpowered this one, allowing this one to extend. And let me see if I can get a couple of frame shots of that real quick, by any chance. Yeah, right there. And how you take it up from this is if you want it to just be a straight on, if you want it to be a straight, just once it's over here, it's powered, you can just take an output straight from it. Or an alternative is throwing together a monostable circuit, which you do by putting a sticky piston facing upwards with a block on its face and running a signal into the top block. And something interesting, or a little quirk, I would say, about redstone is redstone dust couldn't actually pick up from this powering. So I'm actually going to decrease that even more so we get more time to see. So if you watch, this won't be powered at all. And how this one works, well, I'll explain this part first. If you look, the redstone dust on the right never got powered. And that's because of hard powering and soft powering. Redstone dust soft powers a block. Meanwhile, stuff like comparators and repeaters hard power. And basically, a soft power, so like redstone dust is a soft powering block, or item really. So it can give a soft power, but it can't receive a soft power. It can receive a hard power. If you looked right there, that flashed on. And a hard powered block can also get a soft powered. Here, once that goes, you'll see that the repeater turned on. Will turn on. Right there. And it can also, you can also do a, where it gives and takes it. Oh. Give it a minute. Right there you saw it. It was able to power it. And that's a weird thing with that's just one of the things that you have to deal with redstone, is that a redstone dust couldn't power into a block and then a redstone dust take the output. It would have to either be a repeater or comparator or something going into said block. Like here, it's hard powering this block, and then this soft material is taking it, and because it's hard powered, it would be able to. If it was soft powered, it wouldn't be able to. So that's how all that works. And how the monostable circuit works is a monostable circuit gives a 1 tick. If you watched the last video, you'll know what a tick is. It gives a 1 tick signal. This is the one I typically go with because I know it better. Alternatives would be a dropper with a hopper pointing into it, and this one can be set up even sideways if you want, like that, or just simply an observer, which pretty much just detects whenever a block updates and gives a 1 tick pulse. But pistons take 1 tick to extend, which means when you power this block, this powers this block, which will then power the block on the redstone dust on the other side, but it will also power the piston, which will then extend, pushing that block out of the way and keeping it from powering. So you get a nice, easy 1 tick pulse. Which a way we can test this is, like I said in the last one, sticky pistons will leave their blocks if they receive a 1 tick pulse. Why did that not work? Please don't make me look stupid in front of my friends. Please don't. That's not nice. Please don't make me look stupid. Make me look smart. Make me look like I know something. Oh yeah. That's why. A little weird thing. But see, there! It spit out its block. You believe me, I hope. That was just a weird thing that was going on. I think I know why, but it's too much to explain. But yeah, that was repeaters, or not, I'm sorry, comparators, and then 2 forms of redstone clocks, and also monostable circuits. That's it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, that's the one. If there's a specific thing in Redstone that you're wanting to, that you would like me to kind of explain how it works and everything, comment it down below, and I will do my best to explain it in a future video. But until then, my name's Phil the Best, y'all the best.